What's up everyone and welcome to our first ever Q&A video. If you missed our Facebook post, I'll fill you in on the purpose of this video. Lately, we've been seeing a lot of posts across the board about the absence of our top 5 plays. I'll go more in depth later on in this video about what's going on, but I want to start making these videos more often so we can communicate with our fans easier and explain things better than just a Facebook post every week. So without further ado, let's head into our first question from Michael. How are we having issues with low replay? Jump in the Pack mentioned it as well, but my recordings have been flawless. Also, what software do you use and how long does it take to strap together one video? Well, this question is a really good one because I feel like there's a common misconception about the types of replays we're looking through compared to other content creators and people like yourself. The plays that work and open on your low replay are from games you just played on the newest patch. Stonewall released a fix for low replay recently, but sadly this doesn't help us much. He figured out a way to allow new plays that are made on the newest patch to be played in low replay, which is why your plays work and him and all the other content creators that use their own game footage are super happy about it. But when you look at content creators like Jump in the Pack and ourselves, we get an overwhelming amount of plays sent in, and although we spend the majority of every day buckling down and watching plays, we can't get through them all. When a lot build up that we haven't had the chance to record and then a new patch comes in, all the plays from the older patch don't work. On top of that, people send in plays from older patches all the time, so they sometimes flat out don't work no matter what. It's really hard to get a full set of clips for a high quality top 5 plays when everything works. Now imagine if 9 out of 10 clips aren't compatible with the new patch and bug splat. The only 2 fixes for this are for low replay to work out the kinks for whatever the new patch changed, or ultimately for Riot to release their new system in which all plays are compatible no matter when the player made the play. For right now, we're using Stonewall's fix to watch only the new plays that are being sent in, and this limits how fast we can make an episode. We're trying every day to put something together, so no one should ever feel like we've abandoned ship. We'll come back just as strong as always when things get fixed up, and in the foreseeable future when Riot releases their new system, we look to be on top of our schedule and videos. Answering the second part of your question, we use Audacity to record audio and then the entire Adobe suite for video editing. Our VFX guy Bruno uses some Maya and 3ds Max for some of the projects we work on, and a full video from start to finish, granted clips aren't bug splatting, takes about a full 24 hours of manpower. This starts from the moment our replay reviewer watches through the plays, to me recording them and picking out the order of clips, to making the lower thirds for each person in the episode, to exporting it fully commentated, and finally to finish upload and posting it. If everything went perfect and we aren't held up at any stage of production, a full 24 hours would get one video done. Our second question comes from Yoan, and he asks, what in your opinion was the best play ever submitted in your series? While answering this question, I've always defaulted back to week number 9, the number 1 play. At the time, we didn't know that Priscent was Scar on Katarina, but we did notice a lot of the players in the game, and it was our first ever really high elo submission. Not to mention Scar is a beast on Katarina. We did get the chance to ask him about that play, and apparently Cutie Pie sent it in for him, but Scar said that after the play, he got up and walked out of the room because he knew he'd never be able to top that play ever again. If I had to pick a more recent one though, I'd probably go with Cog on Hecarim in week number 84. Amazing high elo play and intense to watch from start to finish. Our third question comes from Henrik, and he asks, how did you guys get so successful? How did you basically start? So one day Brandon and I were talking about making a YouTube channel. At the time we played a few games including League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and then some console games like Gears of War and Halo. We knew we wanted to work with a game that was easy to get footage for, so we decided World of Warcraft would be way too hard with all the huge Fraps files. As we looked into it more, we kept seeing Gears of War stuff and Halo channels all over the place, but when we looked up League stuff, we saw a surprisingly low amount of content on YouTube. At the time we knew about low replay and how small the files are to send, and that brought forth the idea of the top 5 plays. We started asking around for submissions to start ourselves off and eventually set up our website where people can send in stuff directly to our database with nice details on their plays. But before that, we were constantly posting on the League of Legends forums, posting to Reddit, and we spent around a week in the same room just promoting and working on our content. It's easy to start, but becoming successful in a month or two was hard, and all credit is to the hard work Brandon and I put into Protatomonster and still do. For our fourth question, we have Seung-Wan asking, what does the future hold for Protatomonster? This is a question I'd love to go more into detail on, but sadly can't. What I can tell you is that one day soon we'd like to go from 2 top 5 plays a week to maybe 1 a week, but put a lot more quality content on our channel, like our team play videos. As I said before, even if everything works perfectly, it's still hard to make a quality top 5 plays. We're thinking about making just 1 a week so that we can guarantee the video and guarantee it to be high quality. This way we can release new segments like our team play videos that in my opinion are amazing. Our overall quality and overall amount of content would go up so much it would feel more stable for you guys. This is the direction we'd like to take soon, and we're already working on some other content besides the team play stuff that you'll get to see sometime soon. And for our 5th question, we have Raphael, and he would like to see a making of video. This is the last question I'm going to get to in this video. Doing a making of video is something I've wanted to do for a long time, but with everything going on and Worlds coming up soon, I just don't think I can invest the time on a quality making of video. It's an idea that won't be lost, and if I ever get the time to, it's the first on my list. I'll answer your question as best I can in a quick little rundown. When you guys submit your clips, they get put into a folder, and every day a certain amount of clips leave this folder into our replay reviewer's hands. He essentially filters out all the plays and throws out the bad ones that don't work or duplicates, as well as plays that simply have no spot in any of our shows. He moves the good ones into a folder which I go into and record plays from every day. After recording tons of plays, I watch each one and move them into the folder they deserve to be in. So if I think this play is amazing and definitely will be used as a number 1 or number 2 play, I'll move it into the folder labeled as number 1. After I go through all the replays doing this, I go into the label folders and ultimately choose the order for the top 5 plays. From here, I go into After Effects and render out the little graphics you see come up in each video with the name and number of the play. And with all the plays and graphics selected, I go into Premiere and put everything together, render it, and get ready to commentate. I partially write a script for each play so I have guidelines to work with, and then after it's all commentated, which usually takes about 3 to 6 hours because I'm picky, I export it and watch it again before I start to upload it. It may seem like it's not that much, but you have to consider what happens when we have no plays in the number 1 or number 2 folder when I go through all of the plays I recorded. I don't just pick the best number 3 clip I have. If it's supposed to be the number 1 or number 2 spot, it has to deserve it. So we go back to watching and recording plays until we have something good. We're extremely picky, but we hope our content reflects it with the high quality plays we try to put out there with every episode. Thanks everyone for watching this Q&A video and sticking through until the end. I hope I answered your questions thoroughly enough, and I appreciate the interest you have on our channel. I'll be trying to do this once every month to 2 months depending on how busy things are, especially with Worlds, but this is a great start, and again, thank you for taking the time to listen. It means a lot. Take care everyone and have a great day.